Hello, hello, hello. Chrissey here. Nothing. We're just going to see if some people join us. Yes. Haircut today. Did it myself. So I hope everyone is having a nice time. No. Oh my goodness. What's going on? I have been, there we go. So I haven't really written down much to look at. I know that there's a lot of people are dealing with things like Ida and everything. Yeah. So hello to the person watching.
Decaf soda?
Yes, please. Decaf would be nice. Yes, yeah, thank you. Hubby's just making me a coffee. It's 7:25 p.m. here, which is 27:05 a.m. in the morning on the East Coast in the US. Early birds. Let's see who's going to join us and have a look at some things. Hi, Marie Sutton. Hello, how are you? Thank you for joining us. Oh, thank you, my darling. Hubby just made me a coffee. Yes, you might notice something different. Hi, Twaina Bernard. Haven't seen you for a while. Lovely to see your name back up there. Now, Ron Unconditional Love Tarot. I've watched him a little bit, and you know, got to watch him a little bit, and he's great. He does a great job. Please support his channel. Oh, yeah, you've been up all night. I hope. Oh, that's not very good, is it? 4:26. I mean, it's lovely to see you here. Yeah, I hope it's nothing too bad that's keeping you from sleeping. Hi, Annie. Yes. So anyway, I was saying I popped onto Ron Unconditional Love Tarot, Ronald Gagnon's channel, and said hello to him the other day. He's getting up there in numbers, and please go and watch him and support him. Have a look. If you subscribe, I've told him that when he gets to 1,000 subscribers, I will donate a 10-minute Zoom reading. So go over to Ron Unconditional Love Tarot and subscribe on his channel if you want a 10-minute Zoom reading from me. It supports him and everything like that. So yeah. Hi, Annie S. Just but getting tired. Yeah, you've just been wide awake. You know what? I had those nights too. It can keep you up for a long time. So if we can help you relax a little bit and just, you know, get into a good space to try and get a few hours sleep. Yeah. be good. So US is officially out of Afghanistan. That war is officially over. That's not to say that they won't be there to help people out and stuff. There's avenues that I'm not sure they're investigating and negotiating with Taliban, but it's officially over. It costs a lot of lives all over the world, especially with the US, the UK, France, you know, pretty well every country who sent troops there have lost people. Just blessings, and of course with that tragedy of 13 soldiers being killed just the other day. Prayers and healing light and energy going to the veterans of that war and to their families and to the families who have lost people in that conflict. It's a sacrifice no one should ever have to make, but unfortunately there are times in this world where those sort of sacrifices are made, and the only way to try and make sense of it is to try and make a world where such things are not ever asked of people again. It would be nice if that were the case. Hi, E. Watt. God, quite a few early birds here. So I am open to some questions. Of course, what will stuff come out of the phone records that have been requested at this stage, but I think they're going to end up having to subpoena them. Yeah, too much stuff on mind. I hope that I've been watching the stories about Hurricane Ida and things. If you're in any of those areas and you're preparing, please be safe. I know that Louisiana, most of Louisiana is without power, and it could take weeks for some areas, if not months for some areas, to get power back up. So Mississippi's being hit, moving up into Tennessee. So there's much more to come from that system yet, unfortunately. Yeah. If there's any way that you can help. Who was I watching? I was watching, I think it might be one of the other readers has a link to Feeding America. I think you maybe go and look at Linda G. You know, I think she might have a link somewhere to Feeding America or something like that. So, yeah. How bad is the aftermath of this going to be? I'm not going to read on that at this time. There's still, you know, there's still a lot of power in that system, and there's still quite a ways for it to go. But I'm sure, please join me in sending out Jen Lynn. Yeah. Please join me in sending out a lot of prayers and thoughts to those who have been and who are yet to be affected by Hurricane Ida. Okay. So I'm going to bring up the map, the latest map of it. Hurricane Ida, where it is now. It has just done so much damage, and yeah, there is stuff happening all over the world, all around the place. Yeah. It's currently still over the Mississippi. So at above 5:27 a.m. it's over Mississippi still. Hi, Debbie Fitzsimmons. Yes, it has killed a couple of people, and yeah. So let's please send out as much prayers for the safety of everybody who is in the path of this system. Okay, so I've got the NBC News tracker thing going. Mobile, Alabama. That was like yesterday. Are they updating it? Yeah, it's over Jackson. It's near Jackson, Mississippi at the moment. Set to go through some areas of Tennessee and then over Washington DC even. Yeah, it's got a wide areas. Okay, there is so much happening all at once, all around the world. We've got stories of yet another variant coming out of South Africa. No, it's just Republicans calling for Biden to resign or be impeached. Yeah, well, okie dokie. That's just ridiculous. China is strengthening its claims over disputed waters with the new maritime law. Against foreign ships, hey? China's maritime traffic safety laws will come into effect on September 1. Observers say they could see further territory. The islands it claims in the South China Sea and beyond. Hi, Sheila. Are you still working from home? I'm just going to only do about an hour or so tonight, an hour to an hour and a half. Debbie Fitzsimmons, hi. Yeah, so there's a lot of stuff to do, to look at. What is going to happen with Ivermectin? Will there be class action? You know, the company has come out and said, you don't use it, you know, it's not meant for that. Will there be people in trouble over doctors and stuff over Ivermectin? Will there be court cases coming out of this whole mess? It should, I think any against the company itself would be dismissed, rightfully so. The company came out and said, absolutely not, it's not meant for that use and it shouldn't be used for that use. So will there be people ending up in court over the Ivermectin fiasco? Oh yes, that's the Ace of Swords. Knight of Wands, definitely there's going to be investigations. High Priestess. I think it's also been an attempt by some people to manipulate the stock. So more people want it and buy it and all that, but not by the company, okay? The company, I cannot see the company anywhere in here. But some people are greedy and they'll do whatever it takes. Just started your work day at 7 a.m. 6 of Wands, Messengers, 4 of Pentacles. The company might even be damaged because of this, and if they are damaged because of this, they will take action. 2 of Cups, yeah, there's definitely somebody touting it for, oh, this is good. We can tout it and make some money. So there's going to be a few financial crimes going in there. So it's going to be interesting to watch what happens with the Ivermectin mess, because people are some people are just using it to make money. I have a decaf. Hubby made me a decaf. How much? Twainer has asked, how much damage to the Republicans will the 1-6 Commission do? Let's have a look. Yeah, these are the where's the box? The Magic of Tarot by Liz Dean. The Magic of Tarot by Liz Dean. I've got another deck of hers around too somewhere as well. She does some really great decks. So they're really good, aren't they? So let's have a look at how much damage to the Republicans will the 1-6 Commission do. And thank you, everyone, for joining me. Thank you to people who are watching who aren't in the chat as well. Rigby, Scott, people who don't always join in the chat, but I know they do join. Hello. Hi, Sharon Stanley. It's nice to see a new name. If you've popped on before, I'm sorry if I didn't recognize your name, but thank you for joining us. Yeah. This is the only deck I've been using at the moment today so far. Hi, Sherry French. How much damage will the 1-6 Commission do to the GOP? King of Wands. Trump. This is Trump and his attempts at renewal, getting renewed a new term. It's so much is going to come out with this commission and other investigations and stuff that is and people who are supporting Trump especially, they're going to end up looking very, very stupid and foolish. So how much damage is this going to do? If they are continuing to support Trump, even now, there's going to be a lot. At the moment, they are gathering everything they need, information. They're sending out to get information from the phone companies, from other companies. They're going to be sending out the National Archives. They've subpoenaed, or they've given the National Archives 2 weeks to give up a lot of information. They are ready, and they will send subpoenas if they need to. Hi, Joe G. How much damage is it going to do? Three of Pentacles, groups, stuff coming out about the groups, the people who got together to help with plan this. Five of Cups, it is going to lead to loss for the Republican Party. It could be loss of voters, loss of funds. I don't know if political parties get government funds in any way, if they granted any grants or anything like that. I don't know how that works. But lots of money for the party. Queen of Pentacles. Again, the resources are coming up again. And it's like, now you see donors, now you don't. So it is going to cost some donors. Four of Swords. It is definitely going to force some retirements. Okay. Lovers. There are going to be some deals come out. Who was talking with who? Five of Wands. Conflict of interest, stoking up conflict, what people did to do that. The High Priestess, the secret agendas of some people is going to be coming out. How much damage is it going to do? I think a lot. What's on the bottom here? Got the Two of Swords. It is going to be a major tipping point in the future of the Republican Party for the next 10, 20 years. At least the next 10. That's all right, Sheila. Oh, look, this is unavoidable and irreversible change to the Republican Party with the Death card. Three of Swords. People are going to be feeling betrayed by the party. That they could, not everyone, of course, but there are those Republicans who are like, a lot of them said, what the hell when this happened? And when it turns out that how much Trump was behind it, or how much some of their own representatives were involved with it, there's going to be a real feeling of betrayal. Hi, Joji. I'm reading on a question that Twaina asked, is how much damage is the 1-6 Commission going to do to the Republican Party? And the answer is quite a lot. Seven of Wands, they're going to be forced onto the defensive. They definitely are going to be forced onto the defensive. They're going to be embattled with the Nine of Wands. Congress is definitely, there will be consequences in Congress for some of the members of the Republican Party. In fact, they've got the Fool here and a new start, but the thing is, I also get I feel like this should be reversed. Like, they're not really going to be ready for the consequences that are going to come about from the commission. But this commission, guys, it's a marathon, not a sprint. Things are not going to happen overnight. Something big may come out, but the results of it coming to the fore and all that may not be realised for a couple of months down the track after it comes out, or even a couple of years in some things. So this damage that it's going to do, it's not going to implode the party all in one move. It's going to be attrition. It's not all one big collapse, but the change to the party will be unavoidable and irreversible. Remember, with the Death card. but it's not going to be one huge big tower implosion moment. It's going to be more like a process of attrition, weathering, things happening to rough up the surface and loosen the cap that protects the Republican Party, and then something else happens and that blows that detritus away, and then more roughing up of the surface, and then more blowing away. It is a process of attrition. Okay, so just remember, it's a marathon, not a sprint. Things will not happen overnight. Okay, and the whole thing's not miraculously going to solve everything. But the smart Republicans and the Republicans who are true, I'm not talking about the Trumplicans, the ones who believe in the core values, really believe in the core values and follow that, they will survive if they have not had any part in the Trump business. I think some of them made the mistake of thinking that Trump could save their party and make their party stronger. They couldn't have been more wrong. Hi, Sakin Gilead, how are you? Yeah. Now, the Supreme Court, I've got a headline here that says, from The Guardian, okay, and I'll click on the story and we'll read the headline. The US Supreme Court is deciding more and more cases in a secretive shadow docket. On Tuesday, the Supreme Court issued an order requiring Biden administration to reinstate the Trump-era policy that required asylum seekers from Central America to stay across the border in Mexico while their claims are adjudicated. It was an uncommonly aggressive intervention into foreign policy and an area where previous courts have preferred a light touch. Now, and it posed massive logistical, diplomatic and humanitarian crises at the border that will need to be rapidly resolved. Now, there needs to be a clean-up at the Supreme Court. I watched a thing by, hi Kathy W, how are you? I watched a thing from Glenn Kirshner this morning. He said 3 simple solutions for the Supreme Court. The first one, well, one was cases between the administration and the legislative branch, or the administration and the court branch, or whatever. They should be answered. They should be answered by specialists or a specialist area. Question: will more American voters help with the fair maps under the gerrymander and voting right bills? Okay, interesting question. I'll have a look at that. Joe G. Help with fair maps and voting rights bill. So we will have a look at that too. Okay. Was, yeah, have a special, or a specialist in that area has to be, you know, appointed. The other one is there's 13 Supreme Court districts and only 9 Supreme Court justices. So every justice has at least 1 district, and some have 2, some even have 3. Justice Roberts has 3. So he said, well, we have a Supreme Court justice for each district. There are 13 districts. There should be 13 Supreme Court justices. Debbie Fitzsimmons, I'll have a look at Don Jr., Ivanka and Eric. Yes, I will. So I'm going to ask that question. The third solution, I'm sorry, I can't quite remember what it was, but I'm going to have a look at, will it become 13 justices? That's another 4 being implemented. 1 justice for each Supreme Court district. Got the 9 of Swords. That actually really causes some anxiety for some people. But it's also causing a problem in that how can processes be kept up to date when how can a justice do fairness to a district when they've got to oversee 2 or 3? So it does. But some people see that as a nightmare scenario, thinking that that's going to stack the courts. Well, of course it would if Biden appoints 4 more, and I think he should. Will that happen? Yeah, it could. There's definitely something that's being considered. It is a very sensible suggestion. Yes, if Biden appoints 4 more, it is going to mean that the Conservative right are going to be out in the cold, which at current they are not. They're 5-4, I think, at the moment. Queen of Wands. Yes, they are looking at that. And leadership in the court system. Prosecution, it would make prosecutions. There's a lot to be said for this idea. Will it happen? I've got 2 no's and 4 yeses, or well, 3 yeses and a maybe. Another no with the 7 of Wands, but then I've got the 6 of Cups. Now, I think the most there's ever been might be 11, but so there will be possibly at least another 2 added. The most there's ever been, going back to a time in the past where they've had the most there. 5 of Swords. It would definitely alleviate the possibility of one person having too much power over the judicial system in the United States. So that's a really interesting thing. I think there's a possibility that they could end up with 13, but I do think, thank you very much, Em, but I do think they're going to have at least 11 in the future. Hi, Dishes and Stitches. There's 100, there's 400 plus representatives, 100 senators, 25 Supreme Court justices. No, it's based on, there's 13 Supreme Court districts, so 25 Supreme Court justices I think would be unworkable. Hi, 171 sign in. Yeah, I cut my hair today. When I first did it, of course, I hadn't washed it in a couple of days, so it was a bit, it was sticking up. And I looked, if it had been yellow, I would have looked like Lisa Simpson. But then I went and had a shower, of course, and brushed it all down. And yeah, it's taken me a while to trim the back blindly, but you know, I haven't left any big gaps or anything. There's no bald patches or anything like that. Hi, Apple. How are you? Now, voters help with fair maps in the voting rights bill. Will they demand it? Let's see. Compassion. Hi, Renee Rogers. You never have to apologise if your attention's being called elsewhere. Twaina, I don't mind. Okay. Will voters help with fair maps? We've got to know. They're definitely being left out in the cold with the way things are run at the moment. Will there be a change? I'm going to ask, will there be changes for fair maps? What's the challenge? So this is what the current maps and the current practices by a lot of, especially Republicans, but make no mistakes, Democrats, they've had a fair share of their gerrymandering happening too in the past as well. Gerrymandering is wrong. Whatever party does it, okay? Yeah. I just got hubby to have a look and check and everything like that. So, yeah. It was just starting to drive me nuts. So, and gerrymandering is a practice that leaves people out in the cold. There needs to be more caution and I like this hermit card because what he is doing is he's handing his staff over to somebody else. At least to me, or the staff's being handed to somebody else. The staff, either way, the staff is being handed to somebody else. This to me is an indication that it should not be partisan. The fair maps process should be entirely independent. Honestly, Corps of Engineers, the Army Corps of Engineers, often some of the best maps in the world have been produced by Army engineers and map makers and cartographers for years and years and years. Honestly, it should be maybe that would be the way to go. Yes. Yeah, so that they can't abuse court delays. Yes, that's the one I was trying to talk about. Yeah. At the moment, the biggest problems at the moment, of course, are people abusing it over and over and over. Redistricting, call it what it is. It's gerrymandering. And this is something that goes back for years and years and years, and it's an old practice. And they do use the census for it. But if they make smaller districts, there's more representatives. So, you know, this decreasing the voter threshold from 100,000 to 30,000 and things like that, making more seats and all that, that's wrong. It's the Empress. This is the stacking of votes in districts, and that's what it does. And it's got to be, there has to be changes to it. Will there be changes to it? Yes or no? Nobody really wants to let go of this practice. No politician wants to let go of this practice. Remember, it's not just the Republicans, and it's Democrats can do it as well. You know, I grew up from the time I was about 6 or 7 in Queensland, which had the king gerrymanderer of all time, Sir Joseph Bioki-Peterson. And he would gerrymander all the time. He was the premier for something like 30 years, even though nobody liked him. There are strategies that can be put in place. And there is momentum towards ending the gerrymandering. Will the voters help? Yes, I've got the 9 of Cups. That's a yes, big yes card. And speaking out, talking, protesting, showing their voices. And wasn't it what your political, if they ever put political affiliation on the US Census? I know we don't have it here. It should be taken off. And you know what else should be taken off? It should be, no, it's not on there. You can put your ethnicity if you want. We have that question. It's will the US Census process be redesigned. I should prefer not to answer. I could put down pagan. I'm not, but oh my goodness. Four of Swords. Materialism, taking away those questions that really play no part other than allowing abuse. There's going to be reviews for future censuses. I'm wondering if they might even withdraw this census and say, no, it cannot be used to redistrict or something. I don't know. There's definitely something going on with the censuses. Hi, Geek Hillbilly. Oh, I am so glad to see your name there. I have been missing you, my darling. I know I sent you an email the other day. How are you? I hope you've been okay. Geek always manages to bring a smile to my face, and it's so lovely to see you back there, back here. Wet but okay. Oh, that's good to hear. That's good to hear. I know there's more wet weather coming. I wish I could say, but anyway, looking at a map, yeah, it's pretty easy to see there's going to be more wet weather coming. Over Norfolk, Nashville, the southeast of Kentucky is really going to cop some wet weather, isn't it? Yeah. Florida. That was Florida. Where they tried to do that. Okay. Voting rights bill. Will the voters voice their support for voting rights bill? Yes. Yes. Oh, yes. Voters are going to make it clear. The best thing they can do is go stand outside your representative's office if you can, if circumstances allow it. Post a sign. Yeah, local flooding already. Well, I hope you and yours keep safe, Geek, and yeah. And I'm glad that you're okay. Okay. There's going to be a huge upwelling. It's like the lid's been taken off here, and people are going to really let it be known. And here's something else. Biden's response to the hurricanes and to what's been happening with the weather is proper, timely, helpful, and useful and helpful. And there's not going to be any tossing paper towels with him or going, whose boat is this boat? Which, if anyone has seen Stephen Colbert from the Cyclones, Carolinas, a couple of years ago, where he made a children's book that all the words were directly from Donald Trump about the boat thing, whose boat is this boat? I don't know if they're selling it again to help raise money for, but please go and check out what have a look. It is a great children's book and it raises money. So I think it's Whose Boat Is This or something. If anyone knows the name. Oh, Monty Python. Yeah, I love Monty Python. That parrot is dead. Yes. And his response and his visiting areas and greeting the bodies of those young Marines who were killed, and meeting with the families, that stuff gets remembered. That stuff gets remembered. And people will want to help him. Yeah, it is the first day of spring tomorrow for Australia. We've actually just gone from cold and needing the heater on virtually the whole day to today it was like, don't need the heater on. Don't have a fan on or anything, but don't need the little heater on. Go there after sleep. Whose boat is this boat? That is the one. So please look that up, and if it is, it's hilarious. 6 deals. Yeah, they are talking. Yes, let them know. Their voices are going to start being heard more and more strategies. If you let this go, you don't appreciate. Make sure people hear. If you don't support that act, then you don't support even your own right to vote. So voting's mandatory here in the in Australia. The Lovers, he's going to be able to make a deal, but yeah, I do feel that there's a few senators who are going to be hearing from some of their voters. Thank you, Em. Thank you. There will be resolution with the Voting Rights Act. This is interesting. This is the 8 of Cups. It's like this is the thing that can lead to this is the cup that will help the bill climb the mountain to success, I guess. Yeah, the more vocal people are, the more senators are going to hear. So if they're vocal, if they really, really voice what they want and say what they want, it will make a difference. And if they really make sure that if you don't do this, do not count on my vote, do not count on a contribution, you know. Well, you're heading into fall. It's yeah, we've got the same thing happening, but a bit in reverse. Geek Hillbilly. I do feel there's going to be more of that. There's going to be resolution with that Voting Rights Act. I wasn't very good with the gerrymandering thing, but there are going to be changes taking place. I do feel it has to be a federal thing. It has to be an independent thing. Let's have a look at the strumpets. John Jr. Oh, I'll get out the Sibylla card, the Italian ones, the little Italian ones. It was a steam bath here there for about 3 weeks. Did it help your complexion? Steam does help your complexion. Gave myself a little facial today too. Yeah, I know. Whose boat is this boat? I don't know if that's going to be on sale again, but yeah, you could always email the Colbert Show or something to see if yes, you can use the super chat button. So again. And all those people who do support me with donations and all that, thank you so much. I do appreciate it. It does help. Strumpets, I call them. STR, strumpets. The fartettes, then, I'll call them. Okay, Donald Jr. Let's have a look at him. What's happening with Donald Jr.? He has been spouting out the lies, falsita, falseness, lies, hypocrisy, hidden intention. He has been spouting them. Yeah, the fartettes, then, we'll call them, in the past. Currently, thank you, Marie Sutton. He is still daddy's little boy, daddy's little shoe licker. He's still loyal to his father. He's still blinded by loyalty to his father and belief in his father. And this is what's on his mind at the moment. So what's in the future for what's going to be on lookout? Spying. Looking forward. He's going to have to look forward. Farsightedness, great ambitions in his future. His future ambitions are going to be on his mind in the future. Oh, yes, he has got some problems. What's in his environment in the past? Preziosi, gifts. Because they're in Italian, I check the words. Present, not necessarily unselfish. He's got his own reasons too for, like, he is very selfish, and he's I deserve all the riches and everything that comes from being a president's son. It's like, it's just my right to be able to cadge off that. In the past, that's been his past, the environment of cadging in the past. That's how you get through when you're at the moment. La Amante, C12. So this is the lover. Requited love, attention. He craves attention, and he's needing attention at the moment. But the attention he's getting is not what he wants. It's not the loving adoration. The attention he's getting is more of the devil's heart blend down your neck. Good on you, Gay. Devil's Heartland. I like that. So the attention he's craving attention, and he needs it at the moment, but the attention he's getting is not the type he wants. The attention he's getting is scrutiny from lawmakers and prosecutors and other types of people. In the future, in his environment, enemies. Yeah, a woman who acts secretly is in his environment in the future. Future. I think his environment, someone who has their own agenda, a woman who has their own agenda is going to be in his environment in the future. I wonder if it could be Kimberly! I'm ready for my close-up, Mr. DeMille. Just a scary woman, that. Ms. Guilfoyle is going to be playing a part. I think she's going to be hyping him up, telling him he's got a great future, all for her own ends. Now, contributing factors. In the past, contributing factor. Pensiveness. Thought, and now if this man has ever given deep thought to anything in his life, I would be extremely surprised. But he has been feeling rather pensive. He has been hearing some things that have caused him to feel a little bit uneasy. In the past, that has been a contributing factor to how often he pops his head up, and it's not him who's giving it the thought, it's somebody else. I think Gargoyle might be, doing the thinking for him in the past. Presently, a contributing factor to he's sticking with Daddy and he's needing attention is Giovanni Faciliel. So that's Giovanni F12. It's attraction towards a young woman. What's going on here? I wonder if he's going to get caught up in the Matt Gaetz thing. Young woman. This is a contributing factor to the attention he's getting at the moment. In the future, contributing factors to John Jr. Oh my good, jealousy, despair, suspicion, distraught by jealousy, excessive attachment, doubts and suspicion. That they are all going to be contributing factors to his future ambitions. His future ambitions are not going to be going anywhere. So he's getting attention he doesn't really want, possibly associated with young women. So I'm just going to grab the one of the decks here, and I'm just going to ask a very simple yes/no question. Is Don Jr. going to get caught up in Matt Gaetz' scandal? Or even Epstein? Is Matt Jr. going to be caught up in Matt Gaetz' scandal? Is Don Jr. going to be caught up in Matt Gaetz' scandal? 8 of Cups. That's strictly a no. Strength. Self-sabotage. King of Cups. Yes. What about Epstein? Queen of Wands. Yes. Nine of Wands is yes. He's going to be really embattled. He's going to be really, really embattled. He's got a few scandals coming up, and it's starting to. I think it's been fermenting in the past, and it's starting to come to the fore now. People are really going to be looking at him like they have never looked at him before. Yeah. Not as the idiot son of an idiot president, but someone who's even worse. Oh, thank you, Marie Sutton. I really appreciate that you supported that you showed your support. Yeah, it's, you know, I try to help others when I can too. So I do appreciate it. Now, Ivanka. Thank you, Geek. I do appreciate it. I do ask that people make sure they don't keep themselves short or anything. Okay. Yeah, but thank you. I really do appreciate the support that you guys show me by showing up, by doing the super stickers, and by your continuing to stick with me. I said to my husband, I have been letting myself go. That's one of the reasons I cut my hair and gave myself a facial. I said, I've been really letting myself go a bit. I need to smarten myself up a bit. So now, Ivanka, what's going on with her? And again, she's getting the same deck. All three of them, the strumpets, are getting this deck. What's been happening with Ivanka in the past? What's been on her mind in the past? A friend, confident, guest, relationship of trust. That's been on her mind in the past. I wonder if she's feeling interesting to see why in the past. Younger person, young woman. An attraction to the younger woman. Ooh, has Jared been playing away? Interesting. Her future, what is going to be on her mind is Grand Senior. Ooh, is she playing away? Moving on to a Grand Senior. That's, King of Hearts, a lord, a man of high society. Is she setting her sights on somebody else? Is she suspicious of Jared's relationship with somebody else? Somebody younger? Somebody, I don't know, a skipper to her Barbie maybe? No, not Tiffany. But you know what I mean. Interesting. Contributing factors to her in the past has been she's been very fortunate. She's had a lot of advantages. Fortune has favoured her in the past in her environment. Currently in her environment. Oops. An enemy is in her environment, or somebody who she is viewing as an enemy. Somebody who she's not happy about. And you know what? I used to think they were pretty solid, but I don't know. I do not know if her and Jared are pretty solid. Mm. Mm. Oh, in her environment in the future. Deep thought again. This woman is capable of deep thought, but only in regard to how she can turn things to her advantage. She only thinks deeply about herself. Deep thought for other people, not an option. It just doesn't happen. Hi, Edna May. I am looking at hi, Bonnie Russell. I am looking at the strumpets. I've just done Don Jr. using the Italian Sibilla cards, and now I am doing Ivanka. So in her environment in the future, in the near future, is going to be a lot of deep thought. Contributing factors in the past, La Vecchia Signora. An old woman, mother, aunt, grandmother, and a contributing factor to her fortune in the past and to her friends and all that has been possibly her mother, who is an old woman now. She might not like to hear it, but yeah, doll. And that family money, or what used to be or possibly her mother-in-law. Definitely a connection with an older lady who she used definitely to her advantage. Contributing factor to her looking at enemies at the moment, grand consolation, a consolation prize, gratification achieved after a long time. Thank you, GMAR5. Thank you. She's not feeling gratified. She's not feeling that she's getting the gratitude she wants. And she's really, really aiming a lot of that at a man. I do feel like her and Jared might be in a bit of trouble. What's going to be a contributing factor in her future? Oh. The reason for deep thought, the reason for the pensive environment, an environment full of deep thought and pensive a feeling of pensiveness, pensive uneasiness. Grand Signora in her future, I don't think it is a man that she's going to ring. I think this might be somebody of high status, possibly even a district attorney or a attorney general. And the pensive thought in her environment in the future, because a contributing factor to that pensive thought and feeling of uneasiness is prison, the cloud of prison. Now, Ivanka's in deep doo-doo. Deep doo-doo. She's feeling that everyone's her enemy. I think Ilnemico, everyone's her enemy. She's thinking, I had friends, where are my friends? That even her consolation prize of things, all these things she had in the past, friends, good fortune, highly connected grand people, and the backing of old older, well-connected people. It's all gone. And she's starting to feel a bit paranoid as the whole story comes out. Yeah, she's not looking too good. Prison is going to be a contributing factor in her future. Hi, Michelle Mabel. I really appreciate everyone joining me. I know it's early in the morning over there where you guys are. Yeah, let's have a look at Eric Jr. Use the same cards, okay. Now, I'm only going to be going for about another 15 minutes, okay. So, we'll look at Eric Jr. How long will it take to repair the electrical grid damaged by Ida, the Louisiana region? Look, that's going to take a while. On a practical level, I think they're going to try and get to the more, some areas it's going to be simple, but there's a lot to repair. I think they'll try and get the most densely populated areas hooked up first, at least with some level of power. There might be power restrictions or only being able to use a certain amount. It's going to take months for it to be fully repaired. Hopefully they'll be able to have some power throughout the rest of the state, at least. In a few weeks. They're going to, try and start. I think there's places like, and it'll be also a matter of priorities, hospitals, places like that need the power. Yeah. Geek Hillbilly and Douglas Adams fan. Absolutely. I read all of those books. The whole Hitchhiker's Guide. Hitchhikers, Light the Universe and Everything, Restaurant at the End of the Universe, and So Long and Thanks for All the Fish. All four. Yep, 42. 42, geek. 42 is the answer. Yeah. So they're going to start doing some things, I think, pretty well immediately, but it's going to take probably several months before the whole of Louisiana is all fully restored to power. But I think they'll try and get at least partial power back to most areas, and maybe in some areas where they can get in generators or something like that. Don't know. It's power plants that can be used to, power several blocks at a time. Yeah. Hi to everyone who's watching and not in the chat. Thank you for joining us as usual. And hello to everyone who will press on the video later. Okay, Eric. What's happening with Eric? What's been on his mind in the past? Just like Big Brother, lies and deceptions. How are we going to reach that? When am I going to teach a tarot class? Okay. Let's see. I will give you more information about that on Thursday. Okay. I was getting things ready and then it all came to a bit of a halt. So I will give you more information on that on Thursday, and hopefully I will have something ready to go in about 2 to 3 weeks. So okay, and I'll give you more information as that happens. Hi, Estelle Harrington. So Eric Trump, we're up to. He's got lies and deception on his mind, or had in the past, of course, lies and deception. That's what that family feed on. Hi, J Cat Lady. At the moment, he's feeling a bit sorry for himself, feeling like presently on his mind is consolation. He's feeling a bit sorry for himself, and he's maybe looking for someone to make him feel better. Yeah. So he's got grand consolation. In his future, what's going to be on his mind is stanza. That is, I think that's living room or a pause. A stanza is a pause, isn't it? Room, intimacy, solitude, privacy. Solitude and privacy is going to be on his mind in the future. He could be in solitude. I don't know. What's in his environment in the past? What has been in his environment? Oh, he has not been feeling. He's been feeling like an enemy, like people are against him. I don't think he's too happy with wifey. Wife is more devoted to his father than she is to him. I don't think he really trusts women at the moment, or he was very trustful of women. It's just like really feeling like people were out to get him. At present in his environment, he's not doing too well. Maybe some depression. We've got P4, amalato, illness, depression. This is interesting. This woman has removed a mask. That's been very much in his environment. Not what she seemed to be. Illness, depression, feeling sorry for himself. This is at present, and that's underneath the consolation and feeling sorry for himself. Thursday night, yes, I am. I am joining Bathroom Tarot with Danny Shea Thursday night your time, Friday night my time. Yes, we've set that up. So looking forward to that. Very much looking forward to being on with Danny. I won't be able to wear rollers, but because I cut my hair today. I could maybe do some pin curl rollers or something. Okay. In his environment in the future, dancing your person of high status looking, and again, I do feel this might be a person of high legal status, possibly prosecutors and things like that. So they're going to be in his future. 9 o'clock my time. I think it's 6 p.m. Danny's time. I'm not sure, but so yeah, 6 p.m. I think Danny's time. So California time. Okay, so what are contributing factors for Eric? Viaggio, F free. Viaggio. What is that? Clubs, vacation, transfer, move. Contributing factors, was a transfer or a move? Movement. movement of his whole family. Thank you. Well, yeah, I just guess I'm lucky I didn't land up with a whole bald spot at the back and stuff. Yeah, I just got tired of putting colours in it and stuff, and smell, and it's like then you'd have to, after a few weeks you'd have to buy more, and even if you waited for them on special, you'd still end up spending like 150, anywhere between $100 and $150 a year. So it's like, no, save a bit of money. Yeah. Hey, Renee Rogers. So movement has been a contributing factor. Flies and moving, the move to Florida, movement within his own family, also movement on the case, possibly movement with the case in New York has been a contributing factor to him feeling like not trusting anyone. I think he's becoming a bit paranoid, Eric Jr. or Eric. La Costanza, C10. Consistency, perseverance and immutability. He is determined to, he's feeling sorry for himself. He's feeling a bit down. This perseverance of the case. I think it's the investigation and everything in New York. It's really getting to him. Hi, Edna May. And contributing factors in his future, ruin. Yeah, he's looking at ruin, just ruin, financial ruin, ruined relationships, all of this in the future. Yeah, it's not looking too good for him at the moment. Looking at ruin in the future. Yes, embrace the grey. I feel I look so much better with my hair, its natural colour as it is now, than I ever did with it coloured. So yeah, that is the 3 strumpets. Are investigators already talking to them? Oh, yes. They've been given, they're trying to talk to them. Wouldn't be surprised if they've had some records subpoenaed and all that, and they're trying not to do that. But investigators are sort of playing things close to their chest as well. They're not going to let too much out too early, Apple. So, yeah. Okay. Look, we're coming up on an hour and a half. So I'm going to wrap it up in a few minutes. Thank you so much for joining me, guys, and for this shorter session. And please, if you're in the path of the storm, well, you know what I've said before, listen to evacuation orders. If you can help yourself in any way, even if you're evacuated, and take as much as you can with you. That's, even if you have to evacuate, take as much as you can with you, so that when you're wherever you're evacuated to, you can help, you can look after yourself. Yeah, that would be great. I heard Michelle Mabel, you heard that September is going to be dramatic for Trumpy. Well, we'll have a quick look at September for him. We'll use the cards, the same cards. Let's see what these cards say about Trumpy. Let's okay, so we'll just do a quick card on September for Trumpy. Okay, right now, let's see. Right now, it's going to start off at present. The end of August is looking at the start of the end for Trump. September, we're looking at the start of the end for Trump. The first week is the start of the end. Week 2, military. This could also mean police, anyone along those official lines. Relationship with the police, definitely. His relationship with the police is going to be changing. Week 2, week 3. Grand Signore. Again, he's the third Trump to get the Grand Signore, the person in high office that he's got to deal with. Week 4. Amante element. Faithfulness. Okay, so that's, yeah, what else is going to happen with him? Superbia, La Superbia, F2. Haughtiness. His haughtiness is going to come out. Ooh, it's going to be like, how dare you, how dare you, how dare you. Week 2 with the relationship with the police. Enemies. I can't trust them. They're my enemies. How dare they? Week 3 with the Grand Signor Ilmenko. That is, I think that is things being set aflame. Let's have a look. Nuptials, union, alliance, solid bond. No, that's not. That is not. That is there's definitely alliances. They're going to be investigating his alliances. Week 4 in September. Conversations. He's going to have to be talking to people. His loyalists, he's going to be trying to talk to them, and yeah, there's going to be a lot of conversation. Week 1, the third line. Oh, Il Vedovo, that's 3. A widower, lonely and sad man bound by his past. This is the first week. La Amante, that is this is an enemy underneath the relationship with the police, a female enemy, someone he thought was faithful and showed faithfulness and loyalty to him. It's going to be talking to the police, a woman. Week 3, Delaranti. This is drunk, delirious, stupid actions and foolish behavior in week 3. This is under his alliances and the Grand Signor, someone looking at his alliance, someone in a high position looking at his alliances and his stupid behavior and actions. And week 4, attraction to younger girls. Ooh, there's going to be some talk about that. Hope Hicks. Could be Hope Hicks. Could be. So it's going to be a very interesting month with for Trump, according to this. yeah. What you got to do is put it out there, is that the deal Trump made with the Taliban was a surrender agreement. Could have something could come out. Yes, something could come out in the end about Epstein. Could be. Anyway, guys, I am going to finish up now. Thank you for joining me as always. Love you all. Stay safe, stay strong, stay healthy, and stay loving. And please, if you know, look after yourself, especially if you're in the path of the storm. I don't know where Geopolitics is at the moment, Edna May, but I will have a look at her on Thursday for you. Okay. Yeah, that'd be interesting to look at. Okay, bye-bye, or love you. Bye.